Hi everyone, welcome into this week's My Weekly CBS Fix. Hope you had a wonderful week. This week's video is dedicated to Mayor and Shani Davidson upon the birth of a baby boy. Mazel tov. May you go from one simcha to the next. In this week's parasha, Parshas Bahaloscha, Hashem tells Aaron Cohen about the mitzvah of lighting the menorah. And Rashi points out for us that at the end of last week's parasha, there was a lengthy discussion about the Chanukas Mizbeach, the inauguration of the altar. The entire thing was dedicated by the Jewish people, except for one Shevet, Aaron and his tribe. They were not included in that, and Aaron felt really bad. And Hashem ends up telling him, don't worry, you light the menorah, your portion is greater than theirs. What I want to focus on is Aaron Cohen feeling bad. Why should he feel bad? The fact that he couldn't do it. He should be of high enough stature that whatever Hashem does is for the best. And if Hashem didn't include him in his tribe, so it's for the best. And if it was because he was lacking in being able to serve Hashem, we also find that's not true, because at the time that Hashem initially appeared to Moses that he should take the people out of the Jewish people, that he should be the leader to take the Jewish people out of Egypt, one of the reasons that Moses hesitated was because he was worried about his older brother Aaron, who may have felt bad. And Hashem assured him, don't worry, not only will he not feel bad, he'll be really happy in his heart. So we see that Aaron Cohen is not looking for prestige or honor. So why over here then would Aaron Cohen feel bad? So I would like to share this following idea with you, that when it came towards the inauguration ceremony that ended off last week's parasha, everybody was involved in that. When everybody was involved in that, so Aaron Cohen, he also wanted to be involved in that because, yes, he did have this urge to serve Hashem, and somehow he wasn't being included in that, and that was very hurtful. Why is it hurtful? Not that Hashem was hurting him, he just felt bad that he couldn't serve Hashem, and that what was bothering him. When it came to Moses, as much as he wouldn't have minded being the leader to take the Jewish people out of Egypt, he at the same time had the same mental fortitude to be able to realize that if Hashem is picking Moses, he must be the better person for the job. So when everybody was involved, he wants to partake. When only the best person has to be involved, then he knew his place, and he realized if Hashem picked Moshe, Hashem wanted him specifically. The lesson, of course, that we have to ask ourselves is, how do we feel when it comes to doing a mitzvah? Are we excited about it? Do we go, oh man, like now with Corona? Thankfully, the shuls, the synagogues have opened back up. The schools are opening back up. And guess what? We get to go back to synagogue. We get to go back to school. And there's two different types of people. There's the type of people, yes, this is amazing. We can now say so many things. Our heartfelt prayers can now even feel even better. We can concentrate more and have deeper concentration and be able to say things that only a gathering of 10 people can say. And other people are like, oh man, I have to go back to shul. So I was able to daven, I was able to pray on my couch in my slippers, my pajamas. I have to go to synagogue again. And the kids have to go back to school. We had camp. Nobody was bothering us with anything. Now we have to go learn. Aaron Cohen wants us to rip a page out of his book. And we have to realize that there's an opportunity over here. It's always, we've said this before, but if you got to ask, if you had 5 more minutes left with your life, what would you do? Somehow, in those 5 minutes, everybody has clarity. And Aaron Cohen realized what was important at all times. Yes, he was 80-something years old at the time, but nevertheless, we have to realize that every moment of our lives is important. And the fact that Hashem is reopening up the doors for us to run back to the synagogue, we have to realize that's where we should want to be. Because that's the best place for our souls. It's the best place where the most opportunity to be able to connect to Hashem. There's really no greater fun. And so therefore, we have to be able to ascertain what level we're holding on. And if you are in the level that you don't really want to go back to shul, so you have to work on what are the amazing things about going to shul, going to school. What is it that you're gaining? What is it that you're gaining staying at home? What is it that you're gaining staying at shul? You'll realize going to synagogue far outweighs in merit that we could have. Anyway, have a wonderful Shabbos. Thank you for listening, as always. Talk to you soon.